Good evening. Well, actually, not a good evening here. Looks like it's not very good in Devon either. So I'm sure, Stella, you've shoved it over our way because it wasn't like that until a little while ago. We have had quite a nice day, but now it's horrible again. I don't really want it 50 degrees like it is with some of our friends over in Europe in particular. I really don't want that. I have to say, I'd rather have rain than that. But oh my goodness, it does get on your nerves, doesn't it? So good evening to everybody. Lillian, hi Dawn, over in Canada. That's nice. Linda, Margaret, Shirley, Sam, hope you're okay today. Anita, yeah, bucketing it down. Hi Hazel, Sue, Stella. Lovely to have you all here today. Lots of different news. I'm trying to keep absolutely tight-lipped about some of it though, but it might just slip out. You never know. But I have got a really simple card and showing you today sort of like think outside the box, I think would be my theme here, because you might have one stamp, but you could actually do an awful lot more and make one stamp look completely different. I've got some of the new Floral Curios. I have to keep saying that because I'm not 100% sure how you pronounced it. I'm sure that's right though. So for Floral Curios by the lovely Phil Martin and Sentimentally Yours, I've got an exceptionally special offer for just literally a handful of all three, but I have got them separate as well. And so what we've got is the Sweetheart Sentiments. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, God, no, wait a minute. That one's got to come around that way. My grandson, let's just show you this one. My grandson is coming this weekend. That's for him. Baby bear. Yeah. With little hearts. And yeah, right, okay. So this is the Sweetheart Sentiments for this set. Beautiful lot of sentiments. I don't even know how many there is, but there seems an awful lot there. In a lovely font and suitable for so many different occasions. So a really sort of stand on its own, but also perfect for these. So that is a big A5 size set for those. And then we've got two of the actual ones, which we've got Posy Square, this one, and then Corsage Rectangle. I think they both work so beautifully. But as I said, I as always, I want to do something a little bit different. Yeah, thank you. I like the nails too. And so we are going to use both of them in order to achieve just one card, but it's a nice flat card, but with a lot going on. So that's what we're going to use today. So I'm going to pop that to one side and I'm going to show you what I'm going to take. So all I need is one 7x7 card blank. So pretty simple. And then I've cut a piece of white card, which is 10 centimeters by 13.5. And then a piece of antique copper card, which is fractionally bigger. Now, I know I'm being a bit picky here, but I've not gone up the full half a centimetre. So I've gone up to 10.4 by 13.9. So I know I'm cutting hairs, but I'd rather have it really, really thin. So that's where I'm going with that. So that's all we need. That is going to be, I think, a really nice, different type of card. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to stamp the image onto here. Now, this one, I'm going to use, let's grab our stamp. I'm going to use this one for this to start off with. So this is our rectangle Corsage, it's called. Oh gosh, leaning down. So I'm just going to take this one off and put this one on. So the ink I'm going to use is VersaFine in Vintage Sepia. I think that makes a really nice, different, rather than the stark black. So that's what I'm going for. And I'm going to pop that as centrally as I can onto my piece of white card that I'd already pre-cut. Grab hold of it a little bit, and really also say about the beauty of stamping platforms. I have to say I was very lucky, and when stamping was sort of all the rage, well, I suppose it always is all rage really, isn't it? But I used to do that just stamping before die cutting really came about. And so subsequently, I was quite good, to be honest, with managing to fit the stamps in and not smudging and everything. However, when the stamps got bigger and they got more detailed with all the little bits and pieces, it's so easy to miss a bit. And that's really why we don't want to do it just ordinarily, because if you try and match it up again, you'll never do it. On a stamping platform, that's what it's all about. So I'm going to ink this up. Now I am going to try and be careful not to get this middle bit, but I will just take a little bit of tissue and just wipe the middle bit, because invariably I will get it in the middle and I don't want to. I can see that I have already. I don't want to get it into the middle. So let me just grab a little wet corner to just wipe over the center of my stamp, because I don't want any to get in there. So now I'm just going to pop that over. Hopefully, I think I still left a little bit. Just press that down. Oh no, I didn't. There you go. Look at that beautiful detail. Don't need to do it second time, but if I hadn't done it properly, I could have used it a second time. So yeah, very, very lovely. So that is my rectangular one. Okay, now I'm going to do all the colouring, because I'm going to do a little tiny bit of colouring, but I'm going to do that in just a little while. Just wipe this off. But then when I was saying let's use these stamps, they are ours, we can do what we like with them. This is where I wanted to change it up very slightly. So I'm just going to pop this, so that it gives a chance to dry, straight onto my antique copper that I'd already cut, and then get a chance to have a look at the messages that we've got there. So I can see Sam says, will I have the new Julie Hickey Christmas launch, which comes out tomorrow at 9 o'clock? Yes, I will. It's all here and all beautiful. I will be doing some of that on Sunday, but it will be available from tomorrow as well. So yes is the answer to that one, along with the other latest foilables, as they are all in it as well. So I'm just going to leave that there for a second or two. And then I'm going to put my sentiment on, whatever sentiment I fancy to do. So let's pop that to one side, but grab our card front instead. So as I said, this is, if I can open it, this is a 7x7 card, and I'm going to make it into a Z-fold, which means that I want to the front of my card with the fold on the left hand side, I'm going to fold it in half backwards. I could indeed, I could measure it and score it and do all the proper bits, but hey, do you know what? Life's too short. If you've got a bone folder, you're all okay. So just pull that over. We've then got a Z-fold type card. Now, if you recall, I'd said to you that we've got two lots of stamps today. So we've got the one that we've just used, the rectangle, and then we've got the Posy square, which is lovely. I don't want a square though. I really don't want a square. So what I've done, because it was my stamp and I can do what I like with my stamps, I've chopped it in half. Okay, so I have literally chopped my stamp in half. Grab the other half as well. Hold on. Whoops. So that I have now got two halves, which obviously do make up the square, but two halves, because that's what I want to do. Okay. And now I'm going to use that to stamp directly onto my card front. And again, this sort of thing would be pretty impossible without a stamping platform, to be honest. Well, possible, but yeah, you wouldn't really want to chance it, to be honest, she says, hopefully. So I'm going to open my platform up like that so that I've got it in a better position for me to be working on. And I've got it so that this is my fold. So this is what I'd look at the front of the card. And I'm going to go for what is really the inside of the card, top right. Okay. And then I'm going to position one of my corners. I could use them both at the same time, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to use that one. And I'm looking so that the line that is here and the line that is there, whoops, she says and moves it, is as straight as I can get it, parallel to this outer edge. So I'm not really looking at what's going on in this corner because it's not a symmetrical piece. So we can't sort of make sure, oh yeah, that's all square. I'm really looking to see whether those lines are square or parallel, and hopefully they are. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this down, which then picks my stamp up. And then I'm going to use the same VersaFine in Vintage Sepia. Obviously, you could use any different size that you like. Let's just pop that down there. I'll bring it back inside for you to see in a second. So bring that down, bring over my eraser. People have asked about that. That is simply a chalkboard eraser from Amazon, probably about £2. And I happen to have a piece of card that I did some fancy bits on and didn't want all of it. It's scrap really that I've put on the top just so that it looks a bit different, but it enables me to push evenly, which I find a real boon really. So I'm going to then turn my card round. Don't you fight with each other. And this is now the bottom corner, but it makes no odds, but it is the bottom corner. I'm going to bring this down again so that I can ink up my stamp again. And obviously if I don't get all of the bits, it's not a problem because I can go back again. Again, beautiful little corner. Now, I'm not going to go down here on the back. I'm going to now go back to my card. And if you can imagine, we're going here. Okay, so we're going around that way. I now want my corners to be on this piece. So if I put my corner into here, so this is the front fold, ink it up. Oops, running out of table. Pop that over. Oh, gosh, it moved. Let me get it in the right place. And we've got our thing. And finally, turn it round once more so that we're down in that other corner of the top of the front, I should say. And then ink up just once more. Ooh, like so. Okay, and again with a stamping platform, easy peasy to get all of your things in absolute perfect placement. And if you did miss it, it isn't a problem because you could go back to it. So I think that all looks just beautiful with a squared eye. Yes, I have chopped it in half, but I could easily make it back into a square again because I've literally just chopped it across. So I could easily make it back into a square. But I think actually I really like those corners. So I think it looks lovely as a corner. Now I'm going to do a slight bit of colouring, but I'm going to be very wary of it because there is so much detail. If you just look at that stamp, there's so much detail in it that I almost don't want to waste it. Or I didn't, hold on, I'm just trying to think if I'll show you what I mean by not wanting to waste it in a second, because I started to do one earlier and I thought, oh no, what a mess that is. it looked horrible. So I stopped doing it because I was trying to over colour it. Can you understand what I mean? And we don't want to over colour it, do we not? So I'm now going to bring in my sentiments. And again, because we're using the sentiments, see, that's another way, just doing it on one side. And you could have a lovely sentiment here, or you could have even a photograph, make it as a frame for a photograph of a loved one, something like that. Just a thing. I've got to bring it in to show you. This is where I started to colour it. And I picked up, most definitely, the wrong colour green. And it just ruined it, because it's just ended up as a blob. We don't do blobs. And I just felt that actually, if I'd have just left it, it would have been even better. So, learn by my mistakes, I suppose you could say. So here we go. Here is our finished piece. And I'm just going to add one of our sentiments. And as you can see, this space here is perfect for all these different things. So you could have two. You could have a special couple on your wedding day, or a special friend thinking of you today, happy birthday, special friend, all sorts of things, which is lovely. So what should we go with? I think have a lovely day. Oh goodness, so many choices. Let's go for happy birthday, have a lovely day. So we can make that up out of those words. So I've got that all into position. So happy birthday can go up there, and have a lovely day. I'm going to come down there like that. I'm going to have to put my head in to see if I've got that straight. Sorry. Nice shot of my head. Grab that onto there and there. Whoops. Pick those up. And going in with the same colour ink, which is the VersaFine in Vintage Sepia. Again, just to keep it all along exactly the same lines. Just to push over there. There you go. There is a lovely finished card, really. Almost, because we've got to actually stick it on there. Put these back onto here. I think these are going to be quite a go-to for me, as I like the font. I'm very fond of like a curly script font, stylish script, I think is how they call it. I think that's going to be quite a go-to. So let's get my card base back. And I'm simply going to pop this into the centre of my card, but I'm only going to put sticky onto this left-hand side, or left to me. I'm not quite sure if it is left to you, but it is to me. So I'm just going to put it on about not quite a half on there. And when I'm popping this on, I'm going to put it so that it is as central as possible, so that it looks, when it's shut, just checking, when it's shut, as if that's kind of meant to be, like that. Just give it a chance to grab, I suppose, so that when we open it, our card's going to look like that. We can put writing a sentiment on who it's to and all the rest of the things in there. But I'm hoping that I don't now go and spoil it by colouring it, because I'm only going to do a little bit of colouring and then chat with you, if that's okay. But yeah, you can, that could be for any occasion, and literally just leave it like that. Do you know, I was looking at some cards in the supermarket today when I was waiting in the queue, and I was really surprised because the cards were about £4 to £5, which I was surprised at being in a supermarket, but they were so simple. And really, this sort of card, the fact that it's handcrafted as well, even better. But you know, that's easily the sort of thing that they were going to be asking you. Some of them just said happy birthday on it, nothing else, just the words happy birthday. So I like that. Now, let me just grab a very, very pale colour. I want to make sure, I'm going to put it on there, that I like this colour first. Yeah, I think I do. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go for it. It is lovely without colour, isn't it? Oh, God. I hope I don't spoil it. Let's just do the little flowers. Oh gosh, now I can't talk to you when I'm concentrating. I'm just going to do the little flowers to start off with, all right? So what I was going to say is one of the comments on Sunday's YouTube was, what is it all about to do with the online workshops? And so I thought I would just mention that whilst I'm doing a little bit of fiddling here. I have already written to the people that have pre-booked. So for those of you who might not have seen your emails this week, or today, I should say rather, I have sent out invoices to those that are already pre-booked. But as from today, I have also opened up to everybody for the last few places that are there. We will be working with the die set Christmas stocking, which is the recent one by Jamie Rogers. So everybody that is on the workshop will get that included in their pack. The workshop takes place on a Saturday afternoon, the 19th of August. It starts at 2 o'clock. Will include everything that you need apart from glue, your die cutting machine, and the odd bits and pieces. But most of the odd bits and pieces are down to you as an individual, whether you want to put them on. So sometimes a sentiment you might want to put on or something like that, that would be different. Okay, so that is open now for Saturday, the 19th of August, and the cost for the workshop is $19.99 with everything sent out to you a couple of weeks, 10 days to a couple of weeks beforehand. You can be anywhere in the world doing it. I have people that are in Australia, Canada, America, Spain, France, Turkey occasionally. So yeah. Oh, missed one. I thought there was another one. So you don't have to be there at the time, because the workshop has a video that goes with it. It isn't the actual workshop that we do. I've done it like that before, but I found that that was rather boring because it went on for a long time. And if you can't actually interact with it at that moment in time, it didn't work quite so well. So we do a separate video with care of the lovely June Smith, who possibly is here. I'm not quite sure if I saw her or not. Yes, I did. Hi, June. She writes all the lovely instructions for us so that you get all of that afterwards as well. So if at the last minute or whatever you cannot come, or you like the idea of it, but actually you can't make it on that particular day, you've always got that to fall back on at any time. The videos are always on YouTube, but they are private on YouTube. So it's only for the people that pay that can to take part in the workshop that can use them. Do I go any further? What do you think? Yeah, we have really good, don't we? Really good thing. Don't go any further, says Sam. I'm fearing that no. Okay. Census of opinion, don't go any further. It really can make such a difference, can't it, as to whether you go and then spoil it. Less is more. You are quite right. Let's just practice on this one of what I could have done. So I'm just going to do the corners. Yeah, so that is all now open. So, and as I said, if you had already booked though, and you are listening today, and you haven't checked your emails, do check them, because they are possibly sitting there waiting for you. So really looking forward to that. We have a great laugh, a fun day or fun afternoon. And I know I thoroughly enjoy it, and I think so does everybody that comes, because they do tend to come back. So that's good. That is always good. I'll try not to get carried away now because I love colouring. Now, next thing. I did say that I was going to be introducing it in July, but things went a little awry with deliveries and things. And so I'm looking forward, sorry that it's squeaking so much. I'm looking forward to bringing some brand new kits out. And they are going to be available from the beginning of August, which is only next week. Only next week. Who pinched the lid? Oh, it was all going so well, wasn't it? Oh, me. Oh, blimey. Yeah. So I'm really that this is in a what they're going to be is they're going to be kits that are available all the time. So they're not just the monthly kits. They are going to be there all the time. However, to start off with, we're just doing limited edition to see, because obviously it's a bit of a leap of faith. See, now that is what it could have looked like. It would have looked nice, wouldn't it, eh? Step away from the card, says Stella. Well, don't you like it now then? I think it looks nice. But yeah, but I think the secret possibly is, if you are going to colour, this is my opinion only, is to just use the same colour. Just don't go with loads of other colours, because they're always trying to be clever, introduced a yellowy colour which looked horrible, then started to introduce the wrong colour green there, then the wrong colour green there, and then it was a case of, we don't like that. No. But I do think that in comparison with just going over very lightly is actually quite nice. But I think that if I was to then put the green in for any of the leaves, no, it would just, to me, all I would see was green then. So I'll be very good. I really would like to do it. I really would. I'm just going to show you what it might look like. All right, then I'll leave it. Yeah, so there's our card for today. So an easy Z-fold, very simple card base, using the rectangle Corsage die from the Floral Curios from Sentimentally Yours, and also the square one, but the square one not as you know it, because I've been reckless and chopped it in half. So I've got two stamps for the price of one, really, with that one. And again, obviously, if you did it in any different colour, it could look, yeah, I will finish it later, Sam. If you did this in any different colour, it would equally look as good. But very little card, just a basic 7x7 card, a little bit of white, a little bit of backing, almost possibly a scrap, really, and then lovely sentiments, whatever you might like. I've also brought in, just to show you, I did put it up on the Facebook group, but not everybody sees that. Oh, I'll throw it on the floor. I was working with the Spellbinders Poinsettia Bloom, and I was just literally playing with it, because I just think that the detail to that is absolutely gorgeous. And somebody, I think it was Sue, asked if I was actually going to do anything with it, in terms of show you how I did it. The answer is probably no, because it's so simple. I can just tell you on this one. I was going to do it in a slightly different way, but it didn't work quite with how I wanted to, because a lot of the detail, if I show you up close, where's the camera? There, is in the leaves, obviously. So it cuts out all in one. It's just one die, cuts out everything, cut it out once in the gold, and then again in the cherry red. But the difference is I then took, where's it gone? This distress ink, which is one of those ones that I've had for years. I think that the antique linen and the tea dye, no, tea something, aged mahogany. It is sort of like a reddy mahogany, reddy sort of colour. I then took a blending brush, which I've, goodness me, put away. Blending brush. I took hold of the ink and I put it in the middle, and I just literally went over the middle of all of these things, so that I've just picked up, just take my brush to take it off where I don't want it, which was on the, it just comes off of the mirror card, to just give it a little bit more depth in the middle, making it as simple and as easy as you like. The background I'd actually done with Distress ink in Festive Berries, Distress Oxide ink. So I'd coloured the whole of the background with it. And then I just put some spray on and sprayed the gold at the back, popped that all down, and then just popped that sentiment on it. So, and the finished card here, because I got carried away, I was going to be doing a 5x7, but it's actually an A5. So what's that, 21 by just under the 15, so an A4 folded in half. So really, really simple, but I thought very effective, and that was just for fun because I like doing that sort of thing. But however, this is the one that we've worked on today. So we had our lovely Floral Curios with Posy square, which is actually this one. We had our Corsage rectangle, which obviously is the one in the middle, and then I used the sentiments which go with this but can be used for any time, of course, and this is the Sweetheart sentiments, but again is the Floral Curios that go with that. So thank you very much for joining me today. I will be back on Sunday at usual time at 11 o'clock, when I'm going to be showing you a few of the new Julie Hickey things, but they will be available on my website at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. So look out for those, because they're going to be great as well. So thank you so much for joining me. I thought it was you, Sue. Yes, thank you for asking. And I hope that I went through a few items there. Shirley's reminded me, don't forget, it's a thumbs up and it's down there somewhere-ish. Please, if you've liked it. If you don't bother. Just don't do nothing. Okay? So thank you very much for joining me. See you on Sunday, which is the 30th of July, 2023. Take care till then and have a good week. I'll see you then. Thanks very much. Bye.